Have you ever felt overlooked and disrespected even when you have done absolutely nothing wrong? Respect is not given, respect is mirrored. People will treat you how they see you treat yourself. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 10 practical ways that you can command respect anywhere, anytime, any day. But before we go into the main body of today's video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now will be a very good time for you to click that subscribe button and the bell just right beside it so you can get instantly notified whenever we upload a new video, especially if leveling up and living the very best version of your life in the most excellent way is of importance to you. Join the WSC family because this is definitely where you belong. And then of course, our Excellence Elite membership group is still open for anyone who wants to sign up. The Excellence Elite group is pretty much what I like to consider my inner circle. There's a lot that happens there, a lot of value, and it's pretty much for anyone who is ready to do the intentional work, the hard work that is required of them to level up and become the very best version of their lives. Now, if you're already an Excellent Elite member, kindly leave a comment in the comment section down below and just share a little bit about how valuable being a member has been for you. And if you want to join, you can just click the link in the description box down below to get more information about the benefits and value of being a member of the Excellence Elite group, and then of course how you can access the group as well. Okie dokie. So have you ever been in a space where you feel like no one ever takes you seriously, or you just feel very unseen? You feel like people look down on you. Sometimes it's not necessarily because those people are disrespectful or mean people. It may just be because of your actions and the attitude that you portray around them. And that's pretty much what today's video is all about. For you to see how you have allowed yourself to be disrespected by people. Again, it's important to note that sometimes it's not the people who are disrespectful. It is you who are putting yourself in a position to be disrespected, because we live in a world where everybody wants to dominate, take charge and take over. So when you keep opening up yourself and doing things that allow others to disrespect you, I promise you they will trample all over you, walk all over you and disrespect you and not feel bad about it, especially those people who haven't gotten a lesson or two in kindness. So today I'm just going to be sharing with you 10 things or 10 ways that you can pretty much start commanding respect in every setting that you go into, so that people can start to see you as worthy and valuable, because people who are respected the most are people who know their worth and who understand their value. And the best way to show it is through some of the ways that I'm going to be sharing with you in today's video. The very first point I've put down here on my list on how you can command respect in any setting, whether professionally or personally, is don't be too available. I think this one is a no-brainer and everybody should already know this, but just in case you don't know it, don't be too available. Don't always show up for everyone at any time whenever they call, especially when what they're calling you for doesn't align with your purpose or your values. Don't just up and leave even when you are free and you know you're not doing too much or you're not doing anything or you have some spare time on your hand. Always sit back and ask yourself, how does this meeting or how does this thing this person wants me to do align with who I truly am? So don't just say yes to every wind of doctrine. Don't just say yes to every pull or every call. Sometimes just intentionally say no and stay on your own and rather do things that align with your values. The only people who you should be too available for, who whenever they call you, you are literally at their beck and call, are the people who are in your closest circle. The people who you know add value to your life. The people who you know will show up for you any single time of the day. You need to identify those people. It's not everybody that will do that for you. So identify those people who you can pick up your phone and call and make a request on something, and then you know that they will show up for you. Those are the people that you can call whenever they, in fact, when they call you, you'll be like, they tell you to jump, you say, how high should I be jumping? Those are the people you make yourself available for, because they have also proven to you that they would always be there for you regardless of whatever season you are in your life. But don't be there for everybody. You're not a doormat, okay? The second point that I've put down here on how you can command respect and make people start taking you very seriously would be for you to speak less and listen more. Talking a lot will leave you saying things you have no business saying. I've said this so many times on the channel that you need to learn to put a premium on your words. Whenever you open your mouth to speak, let your words be quality words that actually edify, uplifts, produce results, and help somebody else feel inspired. Don't just open your mouth because you know how to talk and then just yap all over the place. Yapping actually lets you talk or say things that you shouldn't be saying. And remember, I said at the beginning of this video that respect is not given. Respect is mirrored. By the time you've opened your mouth and said every single thing about your life, you have left nothing to the imagination. And people can literally tell every single thing about you. I remember I went for a video shoot one day, and there was one of the content creators there, some guy who would not stop talking. Literally would not stop talking. At some point when I couldn't take it anymore, and I'm like, can you please keep quiet? Like, I couldn't take it anymore. This guy kept yapping for good 1 hour, 20 minutes of the shoot. At some point I had to say, stop talking. There's no way I'm going to give that guy my respect, regardless of who he is. If I see him somewhere else, if I probably see him somewhere else, I'll be running away from him because he couldn't just stop talking. Sometimes just stop talking and rather listen. People actually enjoy listeners. Have you ever wondered when you find yourself in the midst of people and you are the one doing the talking and someone else is listening? Do you enjoy being listened to? So sometimes, or most often than not, be the one who is listening instead of the one who is always talking. Only be the talker when you are again in your close circle of friends who you know will not judge you if you yap from now till tomorrow. But even in that close circle of friends, don't wear people out with your words. Sometimes, shush it, okay? Imagine that you don't talk a lot and you are the quiet person who is always observant, who is always just there listening and all. And then the day you eventually now say you want to open your mouth to talk, I'm not saying don't talk. It's important to talk, but be very mindful of what you are saying. So the day you now finally open your mouth to talk, I promise you everybody will stop and listen to you. The reason why people don't stop to listen and then you feel overlooked or unseen or not taken seriously or taken for granted is because you talk a lot. So when you keep quiet and you stop talking and the day you say you want to talk, people would actually stop and listen to what you want to say because they'll be like, this one that doesn't talk, today he's talking, let me hear what he has to say. And then what you have to say will make sense to them and they will respect you for it. Okay? The third point that I've put down here on how you can command respect and have people actually start taking you very seriously is for you to be about your life's purpose. See, I've said this so many times on this channel on different episodes, and there is something so magical, something so endearing, something that attracts you to a person who is about their life's purpose. People can see that you go the extra mile to make your work excellent. People can see the amount of dedication and passion and commitment and effort that you put into your work, that you literally will glorify your work, glorify the office that you're in, glorify whatever position that you do. I tell you, there is no one on earth that would not respect a person who is working in line with their true God-ordained purpose. When you're all about your life's mission. I remember when I started living life intentionally and being so focused on what I've been called to do, especially when I first started Delicious Foods. The amount of respect that I garnered, not just from the people around me or in my circle, but from strangers. I'll just be walking on the way and people are just all like so admired and inspired by what I do because I constantly would show up. I mean, you don't have to show up in front of a camera to fulfill purpose. The people around you, the people in your circle would actually let you know that you are actually being all about your purpose by how they respect you, how they respect your time, how they respect the things you say and how you do the things that you do. People know when you put in effort into doing something, or when you're lackadaisical about stuff, when you're nonchalant, when you're lazy, you don't even put in any effort. Nobody is going to respect you. And again, like I said, respect is not given. Respect is earned. Respect is not just for people who are older than you. Respect is for the younger folks as well. If I see somebody, a young person who is about their life's mission, who puts themselves together, who walks the walk, talks the talk, is all about doing the most to make their lives beautiful. The respect I'm going to have for that person, like doff cap respect, and definitely there's no way I'm going to look down on them just because they are younger than me. So the one way to actually gain respect or command respect and have people take you seriously is being about your life's purpose. Now, at this point, I'd like to talk to you guys about the Vision and Purpose Mastery webinar that's supposed to come up on the 23rd of August. Now, I'm not sure when this video is going to air on the channel, but if it airs before the 23rd of August, then you can still join the Vision and Purpose Mastery webinar. That's happening on that day at 3 p.m. Now, this webinar is pretty much for anyone who is seeking clarity on their life's purpose. You don't know what your life's purpose is and you really want to know, because I always say that if you're not living your life's purpose every day on the earth, you're pretty much wasting your time. Your life's purpose is actually what brings you the most fulfillment, what brings you the most satisfaction, and what actually it is that you're supposed to be doing with your life, because everybody on earth was sent to this world for a particular reason. So if you don't know for sure what that life's purpose is, then this webinar is definitely for you, because we're going to be sharing strategies and frameworks and tools that actually help you open up your eyes to see what that life's purpose is, and then how you can create the grandest vision possible based on that life's purpose, and then how to tailor your daily steps and your daily actions to align with your life's purpose and the vision that you have created. Don't waste another day living life on this direction when you know you're supposed to be going in this direction. Don't stop wasting your life. So join the webinar. I'm going to put a link in the description box down below on how you can access more details about it. So check the description box down below for that link, okay? The next point on how you can command respect and have people listen to you and not take you for granted would be for you to be a person of excellence. This one I have actually shared so much on the channel, and this is actually what this channel is about. Excellence. Be the best at what you do and always go the extra mile to ensure that everything you do has a stamp of excellence on it. Now, excellence is not something that is so grand. It's just intentional steps and actions that you take consistently to ensure that you're always putting your best foot forward with regards to any single thing that you set your heart to do. Excellence can show up in how well your home is, how organized your home is, how peaceful your relationships are, how organized your car is. When I come on your computer or on your laptop, how organized the folders and the files on that computer is. Excellence shows up in how you communicate with other people, how you deal with other people, how you handle problems, how you show up, how you carry yourself. Excellence shows up in literally every single thing that you do. So when you are a person of excellence and people can see how very detailed you are in paying attention to the very tiny details that sometimes people get to overlook, I tell you, it commands respect. People will literally respect you and want to get to know more about you because of how prim and proper they see you do the things that you do. So become a person of excellence. I mean, you're on this channel watching. I presume that excellence is something that you're literally going after. So strive for excellence. Continue at excellence. It comes with its own fair share of work, but I tell you, it actually is a way to put your life together, organize yourself, and then have other people look and say, see, over there in that girl's territory, you can't come and do anyhow. You need to come correct. You need to show correct. You need to be mindful of how you show yourself. That's what I call respect. So be a person of excellence, okay? This next one, I know I've preached loudly, but it's worth reiterating at this point, and it's just pretty much always look good and carry yourself with grace. Dress with intention. See, looking good is a form of personal affirmation that lets other people know I value myself, I take care of myself, I'm worthy, I am valuable, and I am all that. Remember what I said about respect. Respect is mirrored. When a person sees that you have put in the effort to look put together, to look good, and then you carry yourself very elegantly, you carry yourself with grace, there's no way anybody will look at you and look down on you or look over you. Now, I was in a setting one day, it was a social setting, it was like a party of some sort. And then everybody was dressed very elegantly and all. And then this girl comes in and then I'm sorry, people judge you based on your appearance. She was looking like a prostitute, I'll put it that way. With her cleavage showing, she was putting on something very short. Felt like she wasn't even putting on panties because her bum was just bouncing and flapping all over the place. And then her hair wasn't put together and then she was chewing gum in the most awkward manner. And then she comes in and everybody grows. I will never forget that day. Everybody just goes silent. Like you could tell that place was noisy, but it was quiet because you could literally tell what everybody was thinking at the same time. And then when the girl came and expected that everybody was going to give her some form of attention, she was literally ignored throughout. I know we were supposed to be kind and all, but she didn't look like us. I'm sorry. The dress code says, come looking elegant. We look and it was awkward looking at her boobies. It was so awkward. It was awkward going to have a conversation with her. So everybody literally avoided her. That to me is not the way you want to be treated when you walk into a place. So please, try your best to look put together. It's like somebody who goes for an interview and you're looking sloppy. Your hair is unkempt. Your edges are not even put in place. Or maybe you have an awkward smell. How would your interviewer take you seriously? How? People who say, those things don't matter. I tell you, they matter and that they actually determine the quality of your life because fortunately or unfortunately, we live in an earth system where people judge by what they see. So be mindful of how you show up, both in your appearance and with the way you carry yourself. Okay? Next point on my list, again, in fact, I think all this point I've said, I put down on this place, I've said at different times on the channel. And this one is pretty much polish your diction, increase your word bank. Polish your diction and increase your word bank. See, yeah, there is something about having the right words to use to express your ideas, your thoughts, and your feelings. There's something it makes you have. It makes you have some form of confidence. You can open your mouth and talk and not feel awkward. The reason a lot of people are shy in social or even professional settings is not necessarily because they are shy. They may be held back because they don't even know how to speak correctly or because they have an inferiority complex about the way they speak or about the way they sound. If you have identified that the way you speak and the way that you sound is a problem for you, how about you just fix it? Because to be quite honest with you, I take people seriously when they are able to boldly come to my face and talk to me about certain matters. Come and say it to my direct face. Be able to articulate your sentences, your words, articulate the things that you're feeling. Say it and speak it out clearly so that the other person who listens would understand what you're saying. That can only happen when you have gone to polish your diction. Go and polish your English. You want to communicate in English language, polish it. There's so many ways. We even have a course called The Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly course. And in that course, we literally delve deep into how you can start speaking eloquently. And of course, apart from just giving you the tips, the strategies, and the framework, we also put in a lot of words there that you can use to build up your word bank, and then practical tips that you can actually use and start putting to work every day to build up your word bank. I, for one, for example, I'm a good talker. I talk smoothly. I flow when I speak. I wasn't always like this. I was the girl who used to stutter. I was the girl who had the thickest. Will I say it wasn't an accent? I just used to pronounce my words incorrectly. I remember when somebody called me out on it. Let me give you guys the story, right? So I was on the phone with this guy who had come from the UK, and then I can't remember how we were talking, and the conversation led to me having to say the word cucumber. At the time, I used to pronounce it as cucumber. That's what I used to call it, cucumber. When I said the word, the guy was like, "No, what did you say? What did you say?" I said cucumber. Maybe I said I wanted to eat cucumber, or that's what I'm about to eat. And the guy's like, "What are you saying? What did you say?" Cucumber. What's that? What's that? Is that a local dish? That's what this guy was talking to me and saying. I was like, "No, cucumber, the vegetable." The guy was like, "You mean cucumber?" I was so freaking embarrassed. I'm like, "What? Cucumber? Is that what you people call it over there?" The guy they said, "No, that's actually how it's pronounced. It's pronounced cucumber." Girls and boys of the Lord, I was so embarrassed. I wouldn't even lie. And that was the day I made up my mind. See, we're not the originators of English. So please, enough with this whole, that's how we sound in Nigeria. We're not the originators of English. You can have a Nigerian accent and still pronounce the English words correctly so that people can understand it universally. So it's important. I just said that story to just tell you guys that if you know that you're lagging behind when it comes to the way you speak or the way you pronounce things, and it's making you shy and making you hold back from speaking up your feelings and your thoughts, then why not work on it? There was a time in my life where I used to pronounce pineapple as pineapple, pineapple. What the heck? So pretty much what I'm saying under this point is find ways to develop a rich word bank and then improve your diction. I tell you, it helps you express yourself confidently. And when you are able to express yourself confidently, people take you more seriously and they respect you for it, okay? The next point that I've put down here on my list will be for you to be a person of honesty and integrity. Be a person of your word. Be the one who says something and does it, or says they won't do something and not actually do it. Speak the truth always and let people know you as a person of your word, and be honest about all things. Don't be shady in your dealings. Don't be the one who comes to tell somebody to their face what you know they want to hear, but the minute you leave them, you go do something else. They won't respect you for it, because guess what? Eventually they would find out. So why not just be truthful? I also believe that the people who lie the most are the people who are afraid. If you're not afraid of somebody, why are you lying? Or why are you being shady? Why don't you just come correct and say what you want? Own your truth. Own it. The person that will like you will like you. The person who will not like you will be going. But just own your truth and say what you mean and mean what you say, okay? Another way that you can command respect will be for you to be gracious to others. Show empathy, show respect, show kindness. Don't be mean. When you're mean to people, they're going to automatically not be nice to you, or they will not respect you. To just look at you funny. And please, at this point, I think it's important to note that respect is not about calling people titles, or trying to dobale or courtesy. When you want to greet somebody, those things are not how you show that you have respect for a person. That's not respect. Respect is that feeling you have inside about a person that makes you regard them and respect and revere them for who they are. Not in how you say, maybe you in one sentence, you want to say, call the person sir, good morning, sir, good morning, sir. The people that say, good morning, sir, those are the people I don't even believe are respectful. That's not respect. Respect is not when you kneel down to greet. I've seen somebody kneel down to greet a person, and immediately, like 1 minute later, behind that person's back, they were throwing their nose up at that same person they knelt down to greet. All those things are not respect. Respect is how you internally feel about a person based on your perception of them. And that feeling now allows you to revere them, whether in front of them or behind them. You treat them with kindness, and then you hold them to high esteem and to a high value. That is what respect is. I thought to chip that in now. Another point that I've put down here is you need to be assertive. If you want to command respect, you need to be assertive. Know how to speak up for yourself boldly, firmly, and respectfully. Don't let people walk all over you. Set healthy boundaries that protects you mentally, physically, emotionally, and know how to express it with your words so that people know that on this territory, in this playing field, there's only going to be one boss, and it's going to be me. And the boss, and in my own field and in my own lane, what I say is what is final. Whether you like it or not, you have to obey my rules and stay true to my own terms. That's how people respect you, when they know you are definite about what you want and you don't play around with who you are or your territory. So be very assertive and be bold when you are communicating it to others. That's one way to actually build respect for yourself, okay? This next point is something a lot of people usually somehow confuse and mix up as the same thing. We shot a short form video content for it, and it's simply, don't be nice, be kind. Now, a nice girl will allow people walk all over her, but a kind girl won't. Being nice often means you try to please others. Being nice often means you try to diminish yourself or dim your light so you can avoid conflicts, so that you can just ensure that nobody perceives you as bad. But being kind, on the other hand, is someone who is respectfully assertive, holds their own, dishes out their boundaries in the most respectful manner. Is somebody who is kind will say, see, I love you. I will protect you. I'll be there for you, but I'm not going to diminish my light just to see you shine. I'm not going to be disloyal to myself just to be loyal to you. No. A nice person has no boundaries, but a kind person has a lot of boundaries. So it's important that you are not the nice person who everybody can walk all over. You are the kind person who has integrity, who shows empathy, who is compassionate without compromising your boundaries or your values. Okay? That is what being a kind person is. And kindness will actually earn you more respect than niceness. Because with niceness, you've opened the door for people to come in and do tombo with your whole life. And you don't want that for yourself, okay? This next one is actually one of my absolute favorite ways to command respect and let people take you seriously. It's maintaining emotional control, even when under pressure. Don't lose your temper and get flustered in a conflicting or chaotic situation. Maintain your composure. When everybody's running fire, 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 you just take your you're not going to burn in the fire. Or you see somebody try to ruffle you up in a combative manner. They want to fight. They're feisty with their words. Don't engage. No, don't do that. Don't engage. Remain composed and remain quiet and just look at them and be like, in fact, your calmness will shut them up. So compose yourself. When there's panic, relax. Don't be the one who expresses themselves in a panic state or in a ruffled state, especially when the situation calls for you to be ruffled. Nah, maintain your emotional control. When somebody's getting you upset or working you up, maintain your composure. I tell you, that's one of the quickest ways to command respect from others. When you are not the one who is flustered or who is easily shaken, but yet you are able to control your emotions, you're able to control yourself and then still produce tremendous results in the different settings that you find yourself in. That's how you command respect. The 12th one that I put here is don't shrink or dim your light to accommodate someone else or make them feel comfortable. Let your light so shine. That was the instruction. There was no condition after that statement. Let your light so shine only when the other person's light is not shining brightly. Or let your light so shine only when the other person's light is also shining. No, there was no condition. The instruction was simple. Let your light so shine. If you have to dim your light for someone else's light to shine, then there's something wrong with that equation. You can shine and then help another person shine, right? Afterwards, you don't have to shine at the same time. And it's easier for you to help somebody else shine when you are already shining. So don't shrink or dim your light to accommodate someone else or make them feel comfortable. Don't do that. For example, you are dating. This one happens so popularly in the dating world, and it happens to the women folks especially. You're dating a guy, maybe you are the one who is financially buoyant in the relationship, and then somehow the guy feels threatened by your accomplishments and by your wealth, and then because of that you now start saying, I'm going to start hiding this, I'm going to shrink myself, I won't talk much, so that the guy doesn't feel intimidated. It's on him to feel insecure about your level up. First of all, you don't even have a business to begin with a guy who is insecure and won't even get up and go and do something for himself so he can meet you where you are. You don't have a business with that kind of guy. So if you want to date a guy who is or if you want to be in a relationship with a guy, I'm not saying there's anything wrong in it. I mean, there's no rule that says that it's the man that must be richer than the woman in a relationship. No. But the dynamic is both of you must be willing and ready to accommodate each other in love, in respect, and in honesty. The man shouldn't and mustn't shrink your lights just because he's not on the level that you are in. You don't do that. That's not a way to make him respect you. In fact, that's the quickest way for him to walk all over you and disrespect you in the most meanest ways. So first of all, if you find yourself as a woman who's doing so well and you find yourself in a relationship with an insecure man, it's time to pack your bags and leave. You don't have a business with that man. Go find a man who is secure in his own self and is not concerned about your social, financial status. Okay, so never dim your lights for somebody else's light to shine, okay? I know I said 10 points at the beginning of this video, but for some reason I have 15 points on my notes, and I'm going to say all 15 because they all matter. In fact, this next one is actually one of my absolute favorite ones as well. Stop waiting for external validation. My sisters and my brothers, learn to validate yourself so that the opinion of others who don't mean a thing to you won't matter much to you. Don't wait for somebody to tell you you're beautiful. The one that I see commonly is, for example, when you want to post a picture or you want to post a content on social media. I used to do it before, but now I'm like, if I believe it's okay, then I will go ahead and post it. You want to post content and then you ask 10 people for their opinion before you make the move. Why? And then by the time you ask 10 people, they give you different conflicting opinions and then you are now confused on what to now post or what to now do. You want to post something, go ahead and post it if your heart tells you to do so, right? Validate yourself, love on yourself, be confident in yourself, know who you are, own you who you are with your full chest, and don't wait for somebody to come and tell you, oh, you're good enough at something before you get up and take action. Take action whether or not you hear somebody clapping for you or urging you or nudging you or motivating you to go. Take the action and do it on your own. Take the initiative and do it on your own. Stop waiting for external stimuli. Stimulate yourself from inside. Validate yourself from within you. Okay? The 14th point on my list will be for you not to share too much about your life. This one, I have a whole video on the channel about it. Don't talk too much about your life. Don't give details about your life. Don't go on social media telling everybody the panties that your husband wore to have sex with you the other day. Or what? Don't do that. Keep some things to yourself. Not everything should be shared. Some things should be left to the imagination. Don't carry all your personal life and go and be throwing it out to the public. Sometimes, okay? Shut it. And finally, on my list on how you can command respect and have people take you seriously will be for you to honor the promises you made to yourself and don't compromise for anything that doesn't help you uphold it. You've made a promise to yourself, honor it. You've made a promise to yourself to wait until you're married before you engage in sexual activities. Honor that promise. I'm talking to somebody on this channel right now. This is a message for somebody watching me right now. Don't let anybody gully you or bully you into giving up things that you know that you should not be giving up just because he has been talking you into. That person will leave you and then you'll not be crying. Don't do that. Okay? So honor the promises you've made to yourself. Again, if the promise is, okay, you wanted to start a project or you wanted to do something or you wanted to get better at something or you wanted to read a book and you promise yourself to do better. You promise yourself to wake up earlier tomorrow. You promise yourself to start going to the gym. You promise yourself to start eating healthy. You promise yourself to start working on your personal appearance. You promise yourself to start working on your body carriage. You promised yourself that you want to start being an organized person. You want to be a good cook. You want to go and get that degree. You promised yourself you will buy that course. Keep the promise you made to yourself. People know when you keep the promise you made to yourself. And remember what I said at the beginning. Respect is not given. Respect is mirrored. People will respect you or treat you based on how they see you treat yourself. When I come into your territory and I see that in your territory, there is no messing around. I see that in your territory, everything is 10-10. There's boundaries. There's composure. Everything is organized. I will never treat you another way. I will treat you how I see you treat yourself based on what I'm observing with my eyes. So these are pretty much some of the points that I know personally can help a person start commanding respect every day and ensure that other people take you very seriously in whatever setting, whether it's personally or professionally. If there is any point that I missed out and you know that should be added to this list, as always, let's continue the conversation in the comment section down below. But before I go, I just wanted to quickly remind you of the Excellence Elite Membership Group. We're going to be closing the group real soon. So if you still want to join and be a part of my inner circle, then click the link in the description box down below to get more details about the value of the group and then how you can access it as well. And then remember that we have lots of resources in the Winnie School of Excellence library where you can actually access and start leveling up your lives in a different area. We have the Art of Speaking Eloquently and Elegantly course for anyone who wants to improve their communication. We have the Mindset Reset digital resource on breaking free from limiting beliefs. It contains an ebook, a 9-part video series that goes in depth into limiting beliefs, how they affect a person's life, how they hamper with your growth, and then how you can overcome them and literally break free from the shackles of them. And then it also contains a workbook that literally helps you hold your hands and walk you through practical steps on how you can break free from limiting beliefs. And then finally, of course, we have the Vision and Purpose Mastery webinar that's coming up on the 23rd of August. Like I said, if this video goes up before the 23rd, then you can still join us on the 23rd of August. But if the video goes up after, then you would have to watch the replay for the webinar. All of the links to everything I've mentioned now will be in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out there, okay? That's pretty much all that I have for you for today. Again, finally, guys, before I go, if you found any of these videos insightful or helpful and you enjoyed it, please share with somebody in your circle who you know would need it to level up on their own life journey as well, so that we can all continue to learn and grow together. And if there's any part that stood out to you, maybe just screen record that part and share on your social media stories, and then of course tag us so that we can repost on our stories as well for everybody to see it. I'll see you again with another video. Until then, remember to stay very, very excellent. Take care.